हो जाए। बड़ा रुका रुका मामला, क्या बात है। ऑयल डालने की जरूरत है गाड़ी में। The oil is missing. There is no oil in the car. Grease. हो जाए। Beloved Swamiji, can you please speak a little bit on the term chilla? Does it also have a spiritual context? Please shed some light on the significance of chilla. Chilla means a sadhana for 40 days. From the Sufi tradition, they do a chilla. They go in the solitude for 40 days and do their sadhana. You have that piece, so you can play also that. Yeah, then I will speak little more. Listen again. We have 5-minute piece about chilla. Just listen very carefully.
The chilla, one of the most austere and mysterious traditions in the learning of Indian classical music, is the tradition of the chilla. The chilla is an all-out effort made in total isolation from the rest of the world. It can have several purposes: to attain a greater excellence in performance, a mastery in technique, and sometimes to find the swara in one's music. The shishya or disciple decides on his own, aware of the gravity of his vow, to shut himself in a secluded room. He totally cuts himself off from all human contacts. He does not see or talk, even with the members of his own family. He allows himself the barest time for his most essential physical needs like food, bath, etc., which have all to be fulfilled within the confines of his self-imposed isolation. Nothing is permitted, even momentarily, to break the intensity of his concentration. A chilla normally lasts for 40 days, hence its name. But there may be a string of successive chillas extending for longer periods, even over years. Such an extreme step has to be taken after careful thought. But once decided upon, it is a voluntary act, an act of love. There are no compulsions or external restraints of any kind. The student has only his tanpura or his instrument as companion, while he grapples with life's severe struggles. In this solitude, he comes face to face with himself. He tests his own resolve, strength, and deep need. No one is in a position to judge what will be the outcome of the chilla. In some rare cases, its effect can be so far-reaching that the student abandons all desire, even for music, and becomes a mendicant withdrawing from life and turning into a wandering sannyasi. Many illusions about life and its meaning drop away from people who do the chilla. The chilla is in the nature of a rebirth, and most often can mark the birth of a new musician. Many of the great names in Indian classical music have done the chilla, some several times for several years. The names are legion. Apart from its immediate gain, the chilla can lead one to a higher mental and spiritual plane. Ustad Hafiz Ali Khan once said that if we do a chilla long enough, the period differs from person to person. We cannot get free of its psychological state. We remain in it all our life, even after we have emerged from the formal chilla. This is a spiritual state, the mehfil ki tanhai, the loneliness in the crowd, spoken of by the poets. In chilla, there are no failures. We always get something we could not have got otherwise. Bade Ghulam Ali Khan, describing the nature of the chilla, says, if you have fallen into the water, whether you know how to swim or not, you are wet. This is all that the chilla does. It wets us, through and through, with an awareness of the awesome meaning of man's existence. Abdul Karim Khan is reported to have told Pandit Bhatkhande, the musicologist, that the chilla is like lighting a fire under your life. If you do not cook, you will burn. It is better to get cooked so that everyone can enjoy your flavor. Otherwise, you will be a mass of cinders, a heap of ash.
Chilla means remaining 40 days with oneself. And you cannot be the same as you came. As you go back, you will be a different person. This you will realize. From the Sufi tradition, this is going on, and especially musicians and spiritual seekers like Sufi seekers does chilla. They go for 40 days into isolation and do their sadhana whatsoever. And these 40 days changes their life. So if you have some more question about this, we will talk later. Okay? People are little serious. Maybe I am serious. हो जाए करो करो हो जाए Yeah. Yes, yes. You will not be given a bill for that. So you can love it is free. हो जाए Satyapriya has written me a very, very small letter. Still, I would like to read this. Because I could not read the handwriting, that is why I told Raskan to type it. So it is 2 pages. Be patient. Dearest Swamiji, this is Satyapriya. I am writing to you simply because my mind keeps talking with you, and so maybe if I write it down, it will let me rest a little. Last night at the white robe prayer, I said to myself that I give up trying to meditate because it seems like the harder I try, the worse it is getting. Though it is a letter, she has not asked anything. Still, I would like to comment a little bit, somewhere in between, I said to myself that I give up trying to meditate. It means you are trying. We are not trying anything here. You keep in mind, we are not trying. We are not doing at all anything. Joshua is laughing. Joshua, truly speaking, we are not doing anything. We are not doer here. But if you do, if you try, then this is going to be like this. It means somewhere deep down, you are trying something. Mind always tries something. It cannot remain silent. The more it tries, the more complications it creates. But this we don't understand. But slowly, slowly, you are going to get it if you follow my suggestion, not my advice, my suggestion. And the suggestion is just remain passive. Just remain passive and have patience. And then you will see what happens. It may take a little longer time with you, not in every case. Different with different cases, it is little different. To someone it is very quick, very, very quick, and to few it may take little time. Little time means 2 months, 2, 3 months, 4 months, or 4, 6, 10 years, or maybe 10, 20 lives. But still, I will tell you, don't try. Now the season is okay. I said to myself that I give up. Yes, give up. Just give up. When you give up, you are passive. Just give up. That is very right. Trying to meditate, no need to meditate. What is the need to meditate? We are not here to meditate. We ever meditated? Sometimes we sit silently with closed eyes. That is very different. Because all the time you cannot keep the eyes open. That is why sometimes see, you become serious. You become doer again and again, again and again. Adopt a non-doer attitude. No need to do anything, even to eat. Don't eat. What I mean, let the hunger eat its food. Let the disease take care of itself. It is little difficult to understand because of our own conditioning. Otherwise, when there is a hunger, there is automatically search for the food. But you think that you have to try, you have to search, you have to do, you have to go in the kitchen and ask for the prat. हो जाए हो जाए. Don't try. Give up. No need to meditate. Because it seems like the harder I try, the worse it is getting. That is true. It will be. When I first started a few months ago, it actually was going quite well. So, don't know why it keeps getting worse as time goes by, because you are hankering. You have made a goal. When there was no goal, it was just happening spontaneously. When you become ambitious, when you want to achieve, when you want to arrive, when you want to reach, when you want to do something, have something, then something is wrong. Otherwise, everything in its own time will reach to you. And this is clear from your letter also. Let me proceed. It is like my mind never stops picturing things. I am constantly imagining scenarios where I am the main actor, usually talking to other people like my friends or parents or teachers, etc. It is so difficult for me to come back. By the time I say to myself, Priya, come back, I see that I had been miles and miles away from my center. By the time you say to yourself, Priya, come back, you are there already. How many miles you are far away, that does not matter. Because basically you are here. Psychologically you may be there. Suppose you are sleeping. You are in deep sleep. You are here in Goa for 40-day camp and you sleep in the night. And suddenly in the deep sleep or in the sleep you feel you are in Iran. And maybe in sleep you are trying to buy air ticket to come back. But really you have to buy ticket. You have to come back. The moment you are awake, you will find that you are already in Goa. You are here. Just maybe you come back and again you go. You again fall asleep. That is possible. But you have to do nothing. You have to just come back. Now the mind is suggesting, now this is the story of the mind. Mind is suggesting that it is not. Because mind likes that type of things. Still, I am again saying to you, don't try. Mind will resist this too. That is how mind is. Try to understand the nature. How to understand? That is the problem. How to understand? Listening to Swamiji, or listening to Osho discourse, or listening different books? No. Just being present, just watch, just see, be present, and you will understand. Don't even try to understand. Just watch, just see, just be. And the understanding will happen. It is not a doing. But we try all the time to understand. You will see when I will be talking on Bhola's letter. What is the matter? I see that I had been miles and miles away from my center. Yes, you were. Mind creates time and space. Miles and miles away. It is like I fly and completely lose myself in the flight. Yes, that is true. I used to make more of an effort in the past, but now even the will to make an effort is not there anymore. That is very fine. That is very good. It does not really matter, maybe the time has not come yet. That is good. Let the time come. But if the mind is suggesting, then he is playing the trick. If the mind is not suggesting, maybe the time has not yet come yet. If mind is not suggesting, then it is fine. But mind suggests because mind gets fidgety when you want to do something. But I am saying don't do anything. Don't try anything. There is a little crux. And you are going to get it sooner or later. You will get it. It is a knack like this. Swamiji, other than this meditation issue, everything else is beautiful. Meditation has become your goal. Maybe because of Azizi people. Here it is not a goal at all. By the way, if those people come and they have eyes, they can see what meditation is. Otherwise, we have no goal of meditation. At least I am sure from my side that I don't have any goal. Though in past, in my sadhana days, I tried my best. I was very persistent seeker. But because of that, I have arrived. That is not true also. When we see other people very persistent, our ego gets hurt. That why we can't do, we also can do. Then we fail. You know, Swamiji, other than the meditation issue, everything else is beautiful. Even this meditation issue is beautiful, and I will understand it later. When its insight reveals itself to me, that's good. You are going in the right direction. I do trust life. In fact, I know that trust has been God's most precious gift to me from trust to truth. That is great. If you have trust, you don't need anything, not even to meditate. But if I call you back for the next 40 days, do come. Do come, not to do meditation or this or that, just to be. Sometime speaking, sometime dancing, sometime laughing, just be. We are just here, doing nothing, really doing nothing. Since I was 18, I have thought that I am the happiest person on earth, even at the most difficult moments. In fact, when I was living by myself in Canada 3 years ago and had absolutely no money, nobody in the cold, my family members would call to see how I am doing. Knowing what situation I was living in, when I would tell them that I am blessed and in heaven, they would pause and think that I am crazy. Because nobody has trust. And if you have, you are crazy. You can live without money also, without friend also, without comfort also. You are the first one in the whole camp. As I see, few people all the time complain, very verbally, forcibly also. Some don't complain, but complaint can be seen on their face. Some just afraid of me, that Swamiji may become angry. But I see no complaint. Nobody is ready to be in a hut with Shikha and you are there. I'm really happy. Nobody is ready. And you have no complaint. And 2 or 3 times we have changed you from here to there to here. And you have no complaint. There are few more people also which don't have any complaint. If you have trust in your heart, you have everything. What more you need? You are the richest person on the earth. When I would tell them, parents thought that I might be schizophrenic and worried very much. But now they are starting to understand it is simply that I have been blessed with learning how to grow through anything. That is what I teach here. You can learn any moment from anything, from any person. At least you can understand me. My learning has not stopped. Though I am the only one who sit here on the chair and feels like that I am a guru and you are a student, but the case is totally different. Maybe I am sitting on the chair, but basically I am sitting in all of you, your feet. and learning each moment. You cannot imagine that. Before that, I used to compromise. Compromise means what? Means I have some expectation from you or from anybody or from any situation and it is not fulfilled. And I can't do anything, so I have to surrender, I have to compromise. It gives a hurt, a wound, a pain. But suddenly the perspective changed. One day, a doubt just passed from the psyche and things became different. As if somebody came and told in my ear that he has not to learn, you have to learn. You are not a guru, you are not a master, you are a disciple. And things became totally different. Then I am learning from my all disciples if they feel like that they are my disciple from their side. Each disciple, each moment is teaching me something or other. One day, Ajay was sitting with me for maybe more than 2 hours talking just this. Then he told me, why, Swamiji, why don't you order straight? You just order. I said, I suggest, I request, nobody listen. If I order, who is going to listen? For order to receive, you must be there on the first place. And next day, I announced that there will be a silence. And he was one of them who went in silence. Without asking that can I go or do I need it for something else? Just to think good things is different, but to do is little different. On the one side, you want to receive orders, you want to obey, you want to do that which is told to you directly. On the second side, on the second hand, you all the time do what appeals to you, what you like, what you choose. You're getting my point? This is a contradiction in life. That is why life is hilarious. Hilarious means which is moving. हिल रही है जो. पल में क्या, पल में क्या. And man does not understand what is happening. People come, they touch my feet. They realize something happens to them. They come and they say, Swamiji, please forgive me. It will not happen again. And third day, they are the same. A surrender happens, something flashes, some clarity happens. They see the point. When they see the point, immediately they decide that we will not let it happen again. They bow down in gratitude, in surrender, in tears with their eye, but third day, same position. Seeing all these things, to arrive is one thing. One job is finished. A seeker is one who is trying to find his own moksha, his own freedom. So he is working on himself. All the time he is concerned with himself, not with others. But when it is over, then a new journey begins. A journey with other who wants to arrive, who are on the path. And they have their own stuff all the time. to understand them, to make the move together is a very, very, very arduous job. Arduous than the before, the first one. Somehow it is not difficult, but one day you find your freedom. But to help others to find their freedom is even arduous. They teach you each moment something new. But if you are adamant and if you think that you are a guru and you are a master, then you cannot learn. What are the difficulties? How the man's psyche works, how it changes very fast, how they cannot keep their promise, how they forget, how they change each moment is very mysterious. And it is happening because I have few people with me. It has happened. In this way, I am really lucky. Luckiest than Osho. I have really good friends, intelligent, intellectuals, wise, well-to-do, not duffers. I am the only one who have wise disciples, intelligent and intellectual, can think on their own. And all the time I keep their freedom intact. Otherwise, if you go to gurus, they don't listen to you at all. And they want you listen to them. Here the case is totally different. All the time I am listening to them. And sometime I am just injecting what I can when I find the moment. I give little. At that moment they are happy for some time, again they forget. So my training is happening, Joshua. I am learning a lot. You cannot imagine. You can understand me only then when you are totally free from yourself. If you are busy with yourself, you cannot understand. And even if I become little hard, they become negative about me. Now, if they become negative about me, the door is totally closed. So I have to keep them positive also. A strange happening, a strange learning. That is why I say life is very mysterious and hilarious. Each moment it brings so new things, new events. Sometimes I am really fed up. After all, I am also a human being. And react. When I react, I really react. Totally. Many times I decided that I will tell them, okay, go away. They don't go away. हो जाए काफी देर हो गई है सीरियस होता जा रहा मामला how to grow through anything. Yes, how to grow through anything, any relationship, any friendship, any interaction, any event, any situation, you can learn. And for that you need this trust which you have. I can understand you. And growth is the only thing that I care for. Now, if you say, and growth is the only thing that I care for, we have Swami Gyandev here. If you go to him, he will say there is no such thing as growth. हो जाए? Then where you will be landing? If there is no such thing as growth, how you became 6 feet height? How you have? You came out of the mother womb as 6 feet. in manifestation, whatsoever, even God has to grow. That is why we say Brahma means which is expanding, because he is manifesting. And how you can say about anything about an unmanifest? How do you know? We cannot say things about anyone unmanifest. And in manifestation, everything grows. If a seed says, I don't want to grow, then be there. You cannot become a tree. Becoming tree is a growth from seed to fruit. A man is like a seed. He is not a tree. He is like a seed, having all the potentialities. And all the growth happens between time and space. Remember this. But when people arrive, truth changes. That is for sure. That is a different level of consciousness. You entered in the mother's womb. The moment you have entered, the growth started. Now you have to grow on many, many levels, even on the level of being. Until your being is totally flowered and full of fragrance, your journey is not over of growth. If there is no need, then why we are here for 40 days? So you, as you say, and growth is the only thing that I care for. One should care for one's growth, not growth of money only, not growth of fame only. The real growth is the growth of being. If you don't play music, if you don't learn, if you don't grow, you cannot become a musician. You have to grow. And how you grow? And the real growth is when you are bloomed. Your being is bloomed. One should choose very carefully what he wants. And there are millions and millions of people, they don't want to grow. Here what I see, that body is 6 feet, 5 feet, 4 feet, the size is quite big, the weight is quite heavy, but the buddhi is very small, baby buddhi, little intellect. People don't have. Because they don't grow there. There is no education. There is no education of the heart. There is no proper education of the intellect. There are only informations and information and information. Do and don'ts. What to do and what not to do. And the wasted interest fool people. They go on making people more and more weak and weaker and weakest. Guilty. What you have gained from your nation, from your society, from your humanity, from your parents, nothing but guilt. All the time you are feeling guilty. All the time you are dependent on some or other. On each case, to become totally independent, totally free, is to grow in your being. And when I look at myself and see that I am growing in awareness, one has to grow in awareness. A buffalo is not aware, nor a dog, nor a cow. Human beings are not aware. Very, very, very little awareness is given to them by birth. Other Awareness they have to earn. They have to grow in awareness. And it is also a growth, Priya. That is right. You are totally right. One goes on growing in awareness and there is no end. There is no end. The moment you become aware and start becoming aware more and more and more and more and more, never ending process. That is the beauty of it. It never ends. It starts somewhere. It has a beginning, but it has no end. The foolishness, the stupidity has no beginning, but it ends somewhere. Awareness never ends. And when I look at myself and see that I am growing in awareness with each and every day, what else could I possibly ask for? There is a saying by Rumi that goes like this: do not seek water, but seek always for the thirst instead. Beautiful. There is no need to search water, there is a need to become thirsty. But our mind wants water. It does not bother whether there is a thirst or not. Become more and more thirsty. Sufi people are really, really wise people. And Rumi is one of the great Sufi. Rumi that goes like this: do not seek water, but seek always for thirst instead. I am thirsty, so thirsty, and I pray that God will always know me worthy of giving me this thirst. Only wise disciple can ask for thirst and not for water. If they are not given food, they pray in the evening that God knows better. I am not worthy of food. It will be in my favor that I should not have food today. So he has not given me. This is called trust. A couple of days ago, I was sitting doing the beach meditation, staring at the waves, and Osho kept coming into my mind. And I was thinking him, praising him as if he were God. Then I felt guilty and thought that it was a betrayal to God to praise Osho like this. But then his words echoed in my head as he said, it does not matter what language you pray in. It does not matter who you pray to. It is the prayer that matters. It is the essence of the prayer which matters. Beautiful. And it was clear that he is God because he has dissolved, he simply is. I had a very deep and intense experience through Osho a couple of months ago that I might share with you, though it does not really matter. Such experiences are not meant to be shared, whatever, it does not matter. So I think that if I had returned to Iran after Pune, I might have gone crazy. But now, after this camp, the small sprout that was just born is getting stronger and more rooted. She might be able to resist the harsh winds and colds of Iran now. If God wants, I will return. If the time is right, it will happen. Beautiful. Satyapriya, no need to tell you anything. Osho is with me so strongly now. You know, my master has never disappointed me. Never ever. And that is also my experience and understanding. Being with him now, I think 33 years now. Exactly. As if you are not speaking, I am speaking. Osho is with me so strongly now. You know, my master has never disappointed me. Even if he disappoints you, be grateful to him. Don't lose trust. Who knows what is happening? Mind cannot decide. Take this disappointment as his great, as his blessing. I get breathless sometime when I think about it, even for the master. Masters I have had and I have. He is beyond anything that I have ever seen, experienced, encountered. He is of the kind that can only be experienced, truly tasted, and understood in the silence of the heart. He does not only provide me with what I need, but He provides me with the best. That is exactly my experience with Him. He has given me everything which even I cannot even think of. When I came to Him, I was a photographer in a government service. I met Osho in 69, 4th of October, first meeting. And in the very first meeting, things were just final. I never looked back. And he took care of me. He openly made sex available to his people. Very, very daring step in the whole history of humanity. No one have done such a daring thing. But he knew that I am not that type. That I cannot make girlfriends and run after women and search for them. He knew this. I am the only one who was married by his consent, by his choice. He chose girl for me and just told me, Chaitanya Bhakti, on 21st March, huh, I will marry you with Bharti. And I became so shy that I ran away from the door. Because he knew. He knew that I need a woman. I'm young. At that time I was 27, 28. And I never bothered for anything. I just came to him, left my family behind, everything. And when I see penetrate in my past, try to see things, then I see Osho there taking care of me. He is against marriage. And he was the only witness of my marriage. By his blessing, my wife, me, he just gave me ring and two, and we garlanded each other, touch his feet, the marriage is over. After this, many people tried in his presence to get married, but it was their choice, not Osho choice. Means they will decide that we want to marry, and they will come to Osho and ask his blessing. And maybe at the time when the meditation camp is just going on, so this kind of 3, 4, 5 marriage happened after that. But no marriage sustained except mine. He knew as if what I want, what I need, and he fulfilled all desires. Just 5 months before he left his body, he called Neelam, Osho's personal secretary for India, and told her that call Chaitanya Bhakti and tell him stop the whole business, and if there is a debt, you should pay and take over everything and tell him to be with me, otherwise he will repent. Just 5 months before. Even at that time, I had no money. I was living in a rented flat. But now I have my own flat, enough money for my rest of life. I'm a simple man, I don't need much. So he took care of me. Why he took care of me? It surprises me. Even you know that you have trust in your heart, I never knew. I was a very unconscious type of man. Just unconscious, like a buffalo. You call me an asshole, I never mind. Oh yeah. But something was just going in the right direction. He went in the right direction. And things happened. And I feel, I am the only one who has his legacy. Though you cannot see anything. He has not given any ashram in my hand or any post or anything. But I think his whole legacy is with me. Oh, yeah. And I never thought in this sense that I have trust in him or love for him. Never. As if I am totally asleep. But when I wake up and I see things, I feel his hands are on my shoulder. And luckily I have one photograph. His hands are in my shoulder. I think I am the only one having that kind of photograph. I'm sitting with him. Very spontaneously, my hand is on his feet and his hand on my shoulder. Mystery. And I never knew what is trust, what is love, what is surrender. I never asked for any moksha, any freedom, or any enlightenment. I was just doing what he was suggesting in his discourse. And at times he was telling me that Chaitanya Bharti, okay, now you have to conduct meditation camps and you keep ready your baggage all the time. You will be called many places, so you have to go and conduct meditation camps on my behalf. Sometime he will tell you that you are going to be married on 21st, like this, or you go to Nairobi and don't worry about your family. Sometime few events, and he was never direct to anyone. And this I also knew later on how it is happening. All my love that I that is how I feel in my heart. Maybe it is simply better to keep quiet. No, I have missed something. And this camp simply is the best experience at this point in my life. These 40 days are like 40 years of growth. Thank God, Swamiji, thank God. Thank God. Who knows? Maybe for you, this camp is there. Who knows? And really, these 40 days are like 40 years of growth. This you will come to know later on. And I think if one needs or seeks any kind of success, just these two lines, few words, convey everything. So this is successful. Even if one person feels like that, these 40 days are like 40 years of growth. Thank God. Swamiji, thank God. There is a saying by Abu Sayyid Abul Khair. He is a mystic many centuries back in Iran. He was good friend with Bayezid. He says that if the entire planet was covered with grains and a rooster was to eat each grain as a way to thank God, every time it would not be enough. That is how I feel in my heart. Maybe it is simply better to keep quiet. All my love to you, Swamiji. May all blessings shower you through eternity, Satyapriya. Postscript. I do not speak Hindi. Listen, my dear. My Hindi fellows, just listen these two lines. I do not speak Hindi, but for some strange reason, I seem to understand everything you say. वो कहती है कि मैं हिंदी जानती नहीं, लेकिन किसी अनहोने कारण से आप जो भी बोलते मैं सब समझ जाती हूँ. ये संभव है. वो झूठ नहीं मार रही. शी इज नॉट टेलिंग लाइक. मैं जब हिंदी बोलता हूँ वो समझी जा सकती है, लेकिन समझने की चेष्टा तो नहीं समझ में आएगी. कैसे सुनना, अगर ठीक से सुनना आ जाए तो सब समझ में आ जाएगा. मैं अभी कह रहा था कि ओशो की विरासत मेरे पास है, तो कहाँ से आई? मैंने कभी उनको समझने की चेष्टा नहीं की, वो सब समझ गए. अब ये अकड़ की बात लग सकती है या बड़बोला लग सकता हूँ. मेरे ख्याल से ओशो को मैं ही समझता हूँ, हो जाए. और ये समझ घट गई. और आप में से बहुत लोग ये महसूस करते हो समय समय. बस दीवानगी थी, एक पागलपन था, एक नेचुरलनेस थी, बस चले जा रहे थे और चलते चले गए. हो गया काम. I do not speak Hindi, but for some strange reason I seem to understand everything you say. हो जाए. Yes, Priya. Not only once, but thrice. हो जाए. Better than this, the next. हो जाए. Really good one. हो जाए. Dear Swamiji, the raga drives me crazy. When this music is played, I became extremely uncomfortable and want to scream and run away. Oh raga, I cannot witness and appreciate the artistry involved. But the second raga control is gone. I want to run. I scream in my seat and wish for it to be over. The Indian music we are being exposed, it is thrilling, beautiful, inspiring, but raga is absolutely hell. Can you help me at all? हो जाए. Who has this experience? Anyone else? You too. You don't like raga? Okay. Only two? You also? You like? Good. So the door of the heaven goes through the hell only. I am surprised Haryana people also like. Mind all the time. Mind is made of like and dislike. It likes something, it dislikes something. That is the attitude mind has. When we are doing sadhana, when we are doing chilla, we are trying somewhere to come out of our conditioning. And it happens slowly. It cannot happen like this. All of a sudden, you are listening to classical music. And why I am playing? I tell you the only one clue why I play classical music. I play different kind of music. Each music has its own target. It is not just simply I am playing classical. To create patience in you. That is one of the reasons. If you really can listen classical music, you are becoming more and more ready for deeper meditation. It is a long subject, a wide subject to talk. But there is no problem. You can lie down. You can put something in your ear Or if you really don't like, it is too much a pain, then you silently go away, no problem. There is no need to torture you. But if you simply just allow at that moment, maybe some change happens. But I will not suggest that you be in conflict and you fight with yourself. There is no need at all. If the acceptance does not happen, then accept the non acceptance. And I am for it. Don't force. Listen again. If the acceptance does not happen, then accept the non acceptance. Don't be pity. There is no need to be guilty, to feel guilty. Try a few days more. And we are left with few days only. Now. हो जाए एक बार. To few, it is hell. Hell is when you resist. Anything is hell when you resist. The more you resist, the more hell it becomes. If you can accept, if it is possible, if it is a happening, that the acceptance happens in each day, is such a miraculous phenomenon. Day before yesterday, I'm just sitting. Sometimes I sit like this. And sometimes is the energy is different and I sit like this. Just like this. And not with effort. It happens by itself. As if there is some hanger and the whole body is just hanging on it. And sometimes it has a little movement. And that is not by my effort. It is very spontaneous. And many, many experiences I go through. A day before yesterday, as if I was listening not from the ear and but from here. The whole music I was listening from here. And sometimes it becomes such a vast sky, I could not imagine from where the sounds are coming. There was a Patna camp few years ago. First time the experience was that the music was there. I can just literally see the artist who is playing, and I can listen to each and every instrument separately. Now, if one has no patience, one cannot go through all these experiences. And each day I am having a different experience. Classical music is a spiritual music. It came from the spiritual people, from spiritual understanding. And it is a great, great helper in the discovery of your being. But our being is lost somewhere we don't know. The other bodies of ours, which are etheric body, subtle body, mental body, bliss body, it is so wounded, so disturbed, so damaged that to repair it, to heal it, one need patience. And one need different kind of music. That is my research. And I play at a certain volume. If you have noticed, if you once in a while, if you open your eyes and I am just giving indication to make it a little louder or to make it a little slower. Different music massages your subtle bodies. Literal massage, like you take physical massage. And how you enjoy your physical massage? So one should learn how to take these subtle massages with music. This is music therapy. I have not used this word. because to me it is a very small word. What experiment I do here is very, very big than this. It massages your different aspect of being. It heals, it repairs, it nourishes, it strengthens, it vitalizes, it energizes. It is not just a music. And classical music has its own place. I listen to suggestion. In the first day, I played this 15-minute what you hear about music, about classical music. And I had two suggestions. But then I gave my total attention to it. And I found that it is totally on the right place. I have not changed. I kept, though you don't understand, many people don't understand. And they don't understand English. But still I kept that. At least you will understand. Even a bit of it, if it goes in use from somewhere, it will does it work. I can understand your problem very, very well. And there is no need to fight. But you can experiment. Because the mind does dislikes. When mind dislikes, it starts resisting. When it starts resisting, it starts creating hell. When you resist, you are in hell. Even if somebody comes and rape a woman and the woman accepts it totally, she can become enlightened at the very moment. I'm not suggesting something. I'm just stating a fact that a man rapes a woman. Seeing the whole thing in a spur of moment, if he understands, allows, does not resist, she can become enlightened. Because of the resistance, because of the conditioning, because of our morality, what is good and what is bad, what should be and what should not be, there is a fight, there is struggle. That is why there are hurts and wounds. What Buddha is teaching, all the Buddhas, they teach acceptance. Why they teach acceptance? A Buddha is one who lives in acceptance, who is nothing but acceptance, who is one with existence, who has nothing special, personal than whatsoever the existence is providing. Total acceptance, no resistance. And here we start with the music. And I play different kind of music, all sort of music I play. Sometime I am going to play your CD. It will bore Indian like anything, you know. When you gave that letter, he brought the CD. I have small CD player there. I put there. And we both were looking at each other. What kind of music is this? But I'm going to listen to it. Music creates all the mystery of existence. Because existence is nothing, the very beginning of the existence is nothing but music, the vibration, the sound. What you are, what I am, what this whole existence is nothing but sound. Sound manifested in many, many patterns, in many, many forms. Everything you see, everything that exists is nothing but sound. That is why we call this Om primordial sound. It is called Anahad or Nad Brahman. And I am playing different piece 15 minutes every day. He is telling about what is classical music, what is music. And because it is totally connected with spirituality, that is why I am playing that piece. And it is not enough to listen it only once. It may be needed to listen at many times. So, Chaman Dev ji, please don't fight, but still, just give few more chance. Just accept. Don't resist. Remain passive. If you like, lie down. If you like, you sleep also. Does not matter. If mind is really bored and not fighting, because in fighting you sleep. And if you are listening this music in sleep, it will be even more effective. It will be even more effective. When you remain conscious, you remain on the physically relaxed. Goes at the very bottom of your being. It nourishes all the जड़ों क्या कहते हैं roots and the new life moves. So allow again.